everyone, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my third trimester essentials, favorites, and all of that stuff. So some of them will repeat themselves from the second or first trimester, and some of them will be new. So without further ado, let's just hop right in. And if there's anything I don't mention, make sure to let me know in the comments below so everybody can know what are your essentials for the third trimester. So the first thing is something that I did mention before. We're going to talk about sleep first, and it's my U-shaped pillow. I'll insert a picture and a video of me in it, but this has been essential for me through my pregnancy. I don't think I could live without it. And second would be a humidifier, and I did upgrade my humidifier to like a better one. I just needed one that was a little bit stronger and that could contain more water, so I wouldn't have to refill it every single day, although we do have to refill it every other day. But that's the humidifier I'm using right now. Insert picture here, and they're going to be all linked down below as well. Next, for the body, the first thing is an exercise ball. I think I mentioned it in the last video. Still very useful to open up my hips and just help with posture and everything. It helps keep my pelvis feeling better, and it's probably going to be useful also for birth, actual birth. Next is something I don't think I've mentioned before. It's KT tape, and this one is like extra wide. If you only have regular one that's not as wide, it would work too. I'd probably just use more, like double it up or something, but I use this instead of a pregnancy belt, and I just like use it like this around my belly, basically at the bottom. I'll insert a clip of me doing it, I guess, so it's a little bit more informative. But yeah, you can use that for all kinds of stuff. Honestly, you could use it for your low back. You just Google like how to tape your back for low back pain in pregnancy, and I'm sure there's going to be images or videos showing you how to do it. Next is Tums. I could not survive without my Tums. Been having a lot of heartburn. I guess it's a little bit better now that baby has dropped a little bit, but it was really bad for quite a bit of time. Next is a heating pad, and it's like plugged over there. I don't want to reach for it, so I'll just insert a picture because I'm lazy. But it's just a heating pad. It's really good to relieve like low back pain, so I've been using it like crazy. It's been very helpful. Next is a metal water bottle, and I know every time I have a new one. This one is like 30 ounces, that's why I got it. It's just bigger, and I'm using a silicone straw. And yeah, just a metal water bottle that keeps your water at the temperature you like it. Alright, next is belly oil, belly butter, whatever. I was using the Earth Mama one, and I still use that one sometimes, but one that I also really like is this one from Lolo, Mommy and Me. Olive oil, belly, and body cream. And I believe it's from a Quebec company, so I don't know that you could get it like in the States and stuff. But yeah, that's what I've been using. Otherwise, the Earth Mama one is also great. I still don't have any stretch marks on my belly, they're all on my back. Another thing is Epsom salt. So taking baths with Epsom salt or soaking your feet in Epsom salt is amazing the third trimester. Soaking my feet in Epsom salt is what helps the swelling go down, that and elevating them, and also compression socks, which I don't have with me. Yeah, that's been really good. And just taking full body baths with Epsom salt is also really great because it just helps relieve all the tension from everywhere you hurt. And lastly, for body is my prenatal vitamins. I did film a pregnancy morning routine where I show you all the supplements I use. So I use that along with a couple other things, but definitely my prenatal once daily whole food multivitamin by Garden of Life My Kind Organics, my favorite, even though it's really big. Moving on to clothes. So I'm still enjoying my Kokoala jacket extender. It's been so cold here during the third trimester. At some point it was -40, -50, almost -60 in Fahrenheit, that means. I think. So it was absolutely nuts. It was so cold for like 2 weeks. And even then, like, it's winter, it's really cold. So I've been loving using my Kokoala jacket extender, which I mentioned in last favorites. And it's just been a godsend for those really cold days where I need to zip up my jacket, because sometimes you can kind of get away without zipping your jacket, but definitely not those days. And I guarantee I cannot zip my jacket without it anymore. Other thing is my Lululemon Align pants. So I ended up getting one that was 2 sizes bigger than what I usually wear, because the ones I usually wear were getting really tight. on my butt and on my belly. So I got one pair that's larger, and I've been wearing those a lot. They're really comfy. I'm actually wearing them right now. They just like hold everything together, and they feel very nice. And another pair of pants I've been absolutely loving. So those are basically the only 2 pair of pants I wear, and honestly usually when I'm in the house I don't wear any pants at all because that's just better. Is those H&M pregnancy sweatpants. So they have like a really loose belly band. They go over your belly. They have pockets, and yeah, they've been really comfy, so I've been wearing those a lot as well. And they're the only pants I wear. These and my lululemons, that's about it. And in terms of bras, I know I said I like just like the seamless wireless ones, but those really don't do the job anymore. My boobs have gotten too big and they don't get held properly anymore. So my new favorites, I did show in a vlog I think, but there are these ones. They're the Aerie Sunnies Wireless, I think. So they do have like just a very thin padding. Some of them come with push-ups, mine don't have push-ups, but yeah, they just are very nice. Plus, since I've been leaking a tiny little bit of colostrum, it's also nice because like it does catch it, so I don't have to like worry about it seeping through. I'm sure when I am actually leaking milk, it would not hold all the milk. I will need to use pads, yeah, nipple pads or whatever, but nursing pads or something, but for now it does job. Alright, for mine, so the first one is Mamata Yoga. It's a membership where you have a lot of yoga and meditation tracks and all kinds of stuff for prenatal and postpartum. That was created actually by my mentor slash the lady who ran my yoga teacher training, prenatal yoga teacher training, Claire Newman. So I really enjoy that. And the other thing is the Expectful app that also has a ton of meditation for fertility, pregnancy, and postpartum. So I've been using those for my mind. And in others, I would say the Squatty Potty, but unfortunately, like I can't actually use it anymore unless I take my pants off because I can't open my legs wide enough to fit my belly between my knees. It's very complicated. So ideally, I would just take my pants off and still use it, but most times I don't. So I use it only occasionally, like if I'm naked, I'm going in the shower, then I can use it. But the Squatty Potty is great still, even though slightly less convenient with a gigantic belly. And the other thing is a seatbelt adjuster for the car, and I've also mentioned that in my last favorites. For perinatal health, it's going to be pretty much the same thing as last time. So I'm still taking a prenatal yoga class, so it has like a community sense to it, and just so it gets me out of the house and yeah, just mingle with other pregnant women. I also see my perinatal chiropractor. At this point, like the end of my 3rd trimester, I'm seeing her every week. And then I'm also seeing a prenatal massage therapist. I actually have an appointment for an induction massage next week. And I haven't seen my pelvic floor therapist. I saw her once during my 3rd trimester, and we planned to see each other again after baby comes, because that's when she's going to be the most useful to me. So pelvic health physiotherapist. And I also have an appointment for induction acupuncture as well next week. So that's another perinatal health thing that you can look into. There's definitely more than that out there, but those are the ones that I'm using. Apps and online, I just have the Bump app. I'm still using it just to see the size of the fruits or whatever that my baby is, and just read a little bit, and that's about it. And I do have Pregnancy Plus because I'm planning to use it to track my contractions. Plus I really like the graphics of it, like seeing the baby and everything, so sometimes I open it just to see what the baby kind of looks like. But I'm mostly keeping it on my phone for the contraction tracking feature that it has for when I do go into labor. Now, books. The first one I have to mention is something I really have to mention because I just discovered it, so it's not in like my ultimate reading list that I made recently, and it's not mentioned in any of my other videos, and it's like a godsend. I can't believe it took me that long to find it, but I'm glad I found it before I got into labor, and it's this one. So it's Pregnancy, Childbirth, and the Newborn, the Complete Guide by Penny Simkin, along with a bunch of other people. And Penny Simkin is the lady who wrote The Birth Partner. She's a physical therapist, a childbirth educator, and a doula. But this book is the most complete, and I just absolutely love it. And I'm sad I won't read the whole thing. Like, I just went straight to like the birth part because there's no point in learning much about pregnancy anymore. And there's a lot of stuff about caring for newborns as well. So I've been absolutely loving it and trying to read as much as possible before baby comes. I definitely recommend it. Next is Like a Mother. I don't have it because I listened to it, but Like a Mother by Garbes was a really good book, and it has a lot of stuff about birth as well. Orgasmic Birth by Elizabeth Davis with Deborah Pascali Bonaro. Yeah, so I listened to that also. Really good. I love, like, a lot of the books I'm mentioning today are more about childbirth than actual pregnancy, because that's kind of where we're heading. So yeah, I listened to that one too. Really enjoyed it. There's a lot of like really positive, ecstatic birth stories, which is very encouraging compared to the average stories we do here when we're pregnant. Then Birth Like a Feminist by Millie Hill. I'm listening to that one right now, and it's really interesting, especially if you want to like learn more about your rights and obstetric violence and kind of like the patriarchal decision making that can happen behind birth settings and stuff. It's really interesting. Next is Anime's Guide to Childbirth. Again, another book about childbirth. The first half is all birth stories, positive birth stories, so that's really nice and encouraging. Again, like just hearing positive stories about birth is really helping my mind, and probably will help yours too. And the second half is more about like technical aspects of birth, and anime is just like amazing. I don't know how else to say it. Like, really good information in there. Another really good book about birth is Gentle Birth, Gentle Mothering by Sarah J. Buckley, MD. So most of the book is about birth, and then a tiny little bit portion at the end is also about more like gentle parenting. Like this part is about gentle parenting. And she just goes into a lot of details about the science behind some decision making that you have to make about birth, like all kinds of interventions and things like that. So I found it very interesting. And lastly, for childbirth books is Birthing from Within by Pam England and Rob Horowitz. And this one is more about like the mental aspects of birthing, and I listened to it even though I have a hard copy, but I found it very, very interesting as well. Then I'll mention quickly 4 baby books, and I listened to all of them, so I don't really have copies. But the first one is The Shit No One Tells You by Dawn Deas, and it's just like a girlfriend's guide to like the things that happen in the early days of babies. Nurture Shock by Paul Bronson is very interesting as well, although it does extend into like kind of childhood, so you can kind of wait to listen to read or listen to that one if you want to. Beyond the Sling by Mayim Bialik is about attachment parenting, and I found it very interesting. And lastly, Elevated Childcare by Janet Lansbury is about RIE parenting, and that has some components that have to do with more like early like newborn stuff and so on, but also like through childhood. So again, you could really read that one a little bit later on if you wanted to. And finally, I have a couple postpartum books. So I've read 4 postpartum books, or 3, and I'm reading the 4th one right now. And those are my favorite 2. So the first one is The 4th Trimester by Kimberly Ann Johnson. Very, 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 very useful. Tons of useful information. And the second one is Cherish the First 6 Weeks, A Plan to Create Calm, Confident Parent and a Happy, Secure Baby by Helen Moon. And that's the one that I just started reading. Like, I just read the introduction, so I can't tell you too much about it, but I'm expecting to really enjoy it. So that pretty much concludes my 3rd trimester essentials. I know that's a lot. It's more like favorite than essential. Some of that stuff is definitely not essential, but it's kind of what I have going on. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything I didn't mention that you do find very useful for the 3rd trimester, you want to suggest it to anybody else, make sure to let everybody know in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. I love you all very much, and I will see you all with more videos very soon. Bye!